pie, but I feel like I want it to be browned a bit more. Now it has to cool for an hour, 2 hours. All right, it's time to cut into this pie. I'm not gonna eat some, I just want to try some. I made this for my boyfriend, so let's go. Pretty hot. Oh, and I bought pie crusts. I didn't make the pie crust myself. That would be crazy. Okay, I need a scoop. I thought we had one of those. Ooh, I don't know. I've never made pie before, so I don't know if that's good or bad. Kind of just like a splat. Good morning. It is Tuesday, July the 7th, 9:07 in the morning. I spent the first few minutes of my morning watering my plants because I kind of neglected them the last 2 days. It's just been so hot in this house, especially in my studio, and there's a heat wave for since last week until the end of this week, I think. So I didn't go into this room at all, other than the late night Sunday. So I didn't water my plants over here, and they started to limp. So hopefully they will recover, and I didn't leave them out for too long without water. But yeah, so I spent my time doing that this morning. And then today, obviously, it's my studio day, so we got a lot planned. I've been meaning to do a lot of things that I haven't done. I wanted to update my store with new originals and new stickers. I wanted to give some charities a call because I have not donated the money that I promised yet, half of my earnings from the May cycle. Because I wanted to give the charities a call, because after some research, some of the charities that I was thinking of, I wasn't really sure where the money was going to, so I wanted to actually speak to a person. So I'm going to be doing that, not today, maybe this week, so I can eventually donate those monies that I promised. But I really wanted to talk to somebody in person, well, over the phone, to see if they did accept donations and how it was going to be used. So there's that. And then, so update store. I wanted to update my website because I haven't posted my newer stuff on there yet. I wanted to, but today the main thing I want to do is to design a whole new sticker sheet for the Patreon cycle for this month. Is it this month? No, next month. Yeah, this month. I always get confused. But I wanted to do a whole new sticker set, like totally new, because the last few stickers I've been doing were the ultimate parcel sticker sheets, so I wanted to do something totally new. And I was either thinking plants, like home plants, you know, like house plants, something like that, or sandwiches. I know, I kind of like those ideas equally. I feel like the house plants would be a bit more accessible because there are, you know, for sandwiches, there's like meat sandwiches, there's vegan sandwiches, and maybe vegetarians or vegans won't necessarily want to buy a sticker that is, I don't know, like a tuna sandwich. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to make it as accessible as possible, but if not the plant idea, then, or the sandwich idea, I can do them in the next cycle or something like that. So yeah, I've been busy with work and my Patreon doodles, which I am enjoying very much. So last night I had an idea last week to do the next set of polls to be like what happens next in a little mini comic that I'll be working for just this week. I'm not posting on Saturdays and Sundays, so it'll just be, I guess, about 5 or 6 illustrations. I might do extra because it is a comic and I do want to tell some sort of story. So I posted the cover for the winning title last night, which is Floral Fire. And yeah, so I'm excited to see how the votes are doing. Let's actually check them. Also, I am going to apologize for the fans today. My boyfriend and I are actually talking about installing central cooling in this house. It'll be quite the chunk of money, but we think it might be a good investment down the line if we decide to sell this house. Not anytime soon, but if we do. it might be a good investment. Also, we can enjoy this house a little bit more during the summer, because right now we're kind of sequestered into the best room with the best AC. Alright, so I have the pole here. You can't really see that, it's too much, it's exposed here. So the title is Floral Fire, and the choices, when I checked this morning, it was there were like 14 votes, and everything was equal. So the first choice is having a drink, locked eyes with a beautiful stranger. That is at 31% of the votes. The wake is over, it was time to clean up, 37% of the votes. So that's winning right now. And the last choice is thrifting, a good find, 31%. So there's 7 hours left on this poll. What I usually do is I will post the drawing at night when I'm done it, and then I will make a poll right away. And then usually the poll will end either at 5 o'clock the next day or 8 o'clock the next day, depending on my schedule. I do want to end the poll earlier because I work on them at night. And let me actually pull out the drawing, hold on. Alright, so here's the drawing. It was very difficult for me to not do this over again. I am quite satisfied with it, but I can do it a lot better after doing it once. So I really had to stop myself from doing it again. This took about half an hour to maybe, it took about 30 to 40 minutes, probably 35 minutes I think. I recorded it, so there is going to be a time lapse of this on my media tier for Patreon, which I will be posting maybe in the next, maybe this weekend I think, depending on how much I can work in this room. So yeah, so this is how it turned out. So it is going to be a comic. I still don't know what's going to happen in it, but it will definitely be, I'm controlling a lot of it too, the genre especially, which I want to maintain as horror, comedy, romance, but mostly horror. So I do enjoy how it turned out. I will be talking about it a bit more on that video that I will be time-lapsing and doing a commentary over. So yeah, Floral Fire. We'll see what happens in the next few days there. So if you are interested in, you know, casting a vote every day, it's just on my Patreon tier for $1. And I'll probably be making videos on it on the media tier for $3 or more. But yeah, and if you don't mind not voting, you can just watch what's going on every day. I'm posting it first mostly on my Instagram, Twitter, sometimes TikTok, depending on if I do record it, because sometimes I don't record the process. I haven't really gotten a streamlined approach to posting these comics. Sometimes it's a video, sometimes it's just a picture. So yeah, okay, I talked about that a bit too much. Oh. Speaking of, I feel like the internet does listen to you. I just got an email from our heater company. They do cooling as well, so that was weird. One other thing, I did drop by the dollar store yesterday to pick up more tissue paper for my packages. I have been moving over to just packing all my stuff in tissue paper instead of plastic, so I bought more of that. But I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. I bought these dual-ended colored pencils from Crayola. It even comes with a sharpener, and I had that same feeling I did when I was trying out different types of watercolors. Now I'm trying different types of colored pencils. So right now I'm really enjoying the set that I've owned for the last, I don't know, like 5 years, the Staedtler set, which is not as good as Prismacolor, but they have their own powers. They are, maybe I'll talk about this on my video more, but yeah, I got these dual-ended colored pencils. Let's actually open it up and see what it looks like. I mean, dual-ended. It is what it is here. 2 colors, cool. They look pretty cheap made, but reminds me of my childhood when I had these. So, ooh, I pulled out the same one. Yeah, so I'll be trying that out probably today. I have such a huge stack of pencil crayons. I did make tea, so now I'm going to update my agenda, and then we will start drawing some stickers. That's the first thing I want to get done. Alright, so I was just updating my agenda, and I kind of, like I said before, I kind of write things that happen during the day. So yesterday I usually go for a walk during my lunch hour. And when I was walking back to my office building, from far away, I saw a woman who was really nicely dressed, hunched over like a planter on the side of the road, like by a house. This house had a front lawn, but the front lawn had a raised bed for plants. And she was hunched over it, and I thought she was gardening, but as I came closer, it looked like she had fallen. This woman was like 70 years old. Looked like she had fallen, and she was in pain. So I was like, do you need help? Do you need help? I had to call 911. I decided to call 911 on her because she said she couldn't get up, and she hit her side, and she was 70, and it was hot, like the sun was beating down on us. So I decided to call 911, and the paramedics took about like 15 minutes to get to us. I thought it would be longer, and when I did call 911, I was transferred over from fire and then transferred over to the ambulance because I feel like they have a preliminary phone line that will deal with falls, fires, stuff like that. So they transferred me over to paramedics who dealt with maybe falls or something like that. Anyway, so I was just trying to like calm her down because she said her side hurt and she couldn't get up, but she was also really worried about just being on the dirt in the sidewalk. I guess she was embarrassed about that because this lady was really nicely dressed, and we were like, other people had come up to ask what was going on. And so I was on the phone with the paramedics woman, and the paramedics woman made me ask a bunch of questions to this lady who was like in distress. And what stuck with me, like the other questions were like, is she breathing, is she conscious, is she, answering your questions? I was like answering those, but also she was making me ask all the standard COVID questions, like has she traveled in the last 14 days, has she been in contact with anyone with these symptoms, has she felt these symptoms? So I was trying to make her answer these questions, and for the most part she was like, yeah, I don't have any of those, I don't have corona, but in distress. So it was quite stressful, but once they came, I left. But that was quite the lunch walk experience for me. Usually my walks during my lunch are kind of boring. Not saying that somebody falling and hurting themselves is exciting, but it was quite the chunk of my day. But yeah, it was interesting. I have only had to call 911 twice. Once was when I was probably in grade 8, and my brother had fallen and hit his head, and his head was bleeding. So I called 911 frantically, and 911 came really quickly back then. I don't remember if we had to wait, but I was a kid and I was worried that my brother broke his skull, but he didn't. He just had a cut. And this is the second time I had to call 911. So yeah, it was interesting. Alright, let me continue filling this up. Okay, we are now on my drawing table. I ripped out a couple of my sticker sketchbook papers to work on. Oh, and before I start, look at this. This was our gochujang container, but it was empty, and it's such a nice container. I kept it, but I don't know what to put in it. It's not long enough for color pencils, but I think I'll keep it for a bit and see what I can use it for, because it's so nice. Yeah, anyway. Alright, so let us start. So my idea was, oh here, so itchy. It was either sandwiches or houseplants. I'm gonna draw both and see what I like most. Pull out some of these, and I'm going to look at some references. I kind of don't want to do houseplants now. I just wanted something green because I bought some tissue paper that was neon green, so I wanted something to kind of match that, but maybe that's not such a good idea. I don't know yet. Let me just keep drawing kind of and see what happens. What is green that I can do?
different, because I'm sure there are sticker sets that are house plants out there. I don't know. Caterpillars? I guess we can try drawing caterpillars here. Let me zoom in a bit. Caterpillars are pretty cute. But I don't know if maybe that's just me. That's cute. But it's too springy and it's already summer is the problem. Or I can just draw a bunch of caterpillars. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of cute. Let me look up some images of sandwiches. Sandwich. Okay. Let's try drawing some sandwiches here. With sandwiches, it might just look like bread, so I'd really have to color it well. I can just do like what about this kind of sandwich? My favorite generic sandwich to draw. I feel like the sandwich would work with the green paper, tissue paper too, because of the lettuce. Although when you think about eating, you don't really think about the color green. It's usually red. At least that's what I learned in psych class. They like to use that red. Makes you hungrier. And then green, it makes you think kind of sickly. It could also make you think of freshness, but it can also be sickly. See, it might look too similar. And then if I do like a toasty, like a triangle toast with a toothpick and some ingredients. Well, this one can be like peanut butter or something. Where's that? This one's like whole bread. What about like an open-faced egg sandwich? Which I love. Has to be on toast. Toast. There's caterpillars over there. An egg. It's a big yolk. And then I can do a bagel. Oh, that's a good drawing. Like a tall sandwich. Just lots of things in it. Does it even look like a sandwich anymore? Where's the bagels? Let's do a view of the open-faced sandwich from the top. Well, it's not necessarily a sandwich anymore if it's open-faced, right? then I want banana slices. Peanut butter and a bunch of banana slices in there. Cute. And then another one. Just want to make sure you're in frame here. Another one, let's make it the avocado toast, of course. Like that. I don't know. Let's do one again, but let's do like, the one I'm looking at is tomatoes, so let's do tomatoes. 2 big tomato slices, and they have like lettuce on the side here. Let's do a, you know those Japanese sandwiches? I have to look up a picture. Japanese, like fruit sandwiches. They are very pretty. Like these ones. Okay, let's try that here. I guess I'll see how this turns out when I line it and color it. But I think I'll attempt to draw another thing, so I'll have 2. And when I'm in the coloring stage, I can figure out which one I like the most. The best outcome is I like both ideas, and I can have 2 stickers ready. Sticker sets, I mean. So there's that. There's the kiwi one. I've never had these. I saw a post on Twitter, I think a couple days ago. Oh man, I hope you can hear me over the fan. A couple days ago where people were like, oh, the sandwich, these fruit sandwiches, the bread is just regular bread and not cakey bread. I thought it was cakey bread too. And this is an orange slice. So the colors are really going to do a lot of work here. Well, the line will do a lot of work too. So it's usually kiwi, strawberry, and oranges. So let's do one that's just kiwi. Just kiwi and just oranges. This one's a combination. I want 3 kiwis. Okay, good enough. And then one that's all oranges. Go. Okay, what else? What other sandwiches? Oh, that's caterpillars. I'm looking at my phone. I was gonna do, ooh, bacon. And then there's a slice of bread that's like this. There's like cream cheese or some mayo and then bacon strip. Look better. Ah, it's in the middle. Okay, I'll do. I'll do another one, but on the side. This one is gonna be does a hot dog count as a sandwich? I think so. This one will be like an egg, like a boiled egg, like that, but sliced up. Right. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I feel like these will be in a row, stuck together. So kiwi. This one I'll add a little toothpick, so it looks kind of like I guess might as well do a hot dog. Oh, I've already done hot dogs before. Ooh, a wrap. That sounds really good right now. I love wraps. Oh, I love wraps so much. Okay, so this one, again, the colors, you have to do all the work. What if the wrap is together? That's how they usually are. Grilled cheese too. I never really like grilled cheese because I get cheese. Okay, so this is the wrap, and I think I'm gonna put like a parchment paper around it so it's clear that it's a wrap sandwich. And I'll do 2. Together. Again, so it's clear that they are sandwiches. I kind of just like the one. Alright, let me do a, what was it? Did I say? Forgot. Ooh, a McMuffin too. Just drawing all the sandwiches. What was it that I said? I forgot. Oh, grilled cheese. Yes, yes, yes. Let's do a grilled cheese with the classic cheese pull. So, you're there, you're in frame. So there's this one edge. Cheesy. Cheese pull. And another side, but with and I kind of want to do just, you know, your classic cheese and cracker, or like bread and cheese, kind of like in how I don't like how that looks, so I'm gonna do it again. Yeah, let's do, I guess soup can go with it. Let's do a classic cheese and meat, or meat and cheese and bread sandwich. I like this one. I might do that. Let me do that on another angle, I think. Wait, is it the same angle every time? I'll do a square one. And the insides are going to be like, there. Oh yeah, cheese. I feel like that might be enough. My favorite, BLT. Let's do a BLT, although one of these can be a BLT. I'm looking at my phone for more ideas. Egg sandwich. Doesn't just look like any other sandwich. Let's do a sandwich kind of cut like this. With maybe just Nutella. I'll just do one slice. Like that. I feel like these Japanese sandwiches need to be bigger than they are, so I'm gonna do that. way bigger. I want the strawberries to look like strawberries. So, another one. Let's do the orange. Cream. I feel like that's too wide. Okay, and let's do kiwi. Okay, I think that's good. Bagel. Bagel. Let's do a sesame seed bagel. Sesame seeds. I guess I can do like salmon and red onion. And obviously there's cream cheese in there, but I'll have to draw it at the bottom. Cool. So I'm gonna start lining. Some of these won't survive. I will have to draw them again, but let's do it. All right, let's start with the line art. Okay, everything is lined up. I'm just gonna have to wait for it to dry before I erase the pencils. But I think it's missing something. I think I would like to make characters, sandwich artists, as you call them. So I think I'm gonna do 2 sandwich artists here, and we'll see what happens. Let's sketch. Not a chef hat, probably like the sandwich artists in Spubby or Subway. Mad respect to those peeps. Man, hats are always a problem. Let me just establish the pose. I kind of want them to have like hero poses. So this one, maybe holding like a huge bread knife. And I want them to be wearing an apron, just so it's clear. Let me look up a sandwich artist. A Subway sandwich. I remember looking through job listings and the sandwich artist would pop up all the time. Okay. No. Try it again. fan. Hope the wind is not hitting you. It's kind of like a visor is what they wear, but let me just try and do the pose. They're wearing shirts too. Don't want to do long sleeves. No. Okay, I'll be back. So this is what I came up with. This one sandwich artist and this one. I really like this one. And then this thing. I don't know if I should add it. But yeah, I really like how this guy turned out. He's like putting sauce and putting whatever. I just need to clean this part up. Speaking of cleaning my nails, I need to clean those. But yeah, this is it. I'm gonna start cleaning it up, erasing, waiting a bit more to erase, and then I can move on to coloring. Speaking of sandwiches, lunch. Alright, stickers are printed. I went downstairs to the kitchen to see if I can find anything for staging, and I found a baguette and some aluminum foil. I'm tempted to cut the baguette, but I don't want to waste the baguette. It's a good baguette. I decided to get mayo and this hot sauce and some breadsticks. Don't judge me.
stickers are now done. I really like how they turned out. The only thing I don't like is the way they printed. So it's not an accurate representation of the colors that I see on my Cintiq, and I think it's because of the gloss paper. I don't know exactly what, but whenever I print out on the online labels white gloss, it is a bit more dark than it should be. So, but whenever I print it out on the, oh, it's getting gloomy in here. Whenever I print it out on the matte sticker paper, it looks a lot better. So, and I am actually going to be printing it out on sticker paper and not the gloss, even though I took a picture in the gloss. It's because that's what I had. So, but I think the stickers are really fun. I really like how they turned out. I really like this sticker set that I did a while back for Amanda. This was Flower Power, so I used the same white. This is printed out on gloss. I used the same white. I think I might have to change the colors of the bacon because they look more brown than reddish brown. And then maybe adjust the greens. They look too dark green for me than I like, and on the Cintiq it's a lot more of a yellow green. So I really think it's the paper, but for what it is, I really like how it turned out. So I can cross that off my list. And the next thing I want to work on, I need to start packing the next set, which is the bees. So what I'm gonna do is I have to buy more sticker paper, but I have to think about notes for that, like notepads. So yeah, that's the next thing. But I'm gonna take a bit of a break away from this room. It's so hot, and I saw an ant. I don't like that. I'm updating my store right now, and I can't find some other drawings. I can't find Mooncake, and I can't find Lil Nas. It's probably in here. Should we organize this? I found them. I kind of just slip everything in here willy-nilly, so I have a lot of my old originals here. I kind of wedge printer paper between them so the colors don't smudge with each other, but I have a lot of originals still up on my store. If you're interested, I'm probably going to go in and edit prices and bring them down, because some of them have been the same price for the last year or so. So because I feel like I'm constantly improving, my old stuff isn't worth as much in terms of money, but yeah, I kind of do that. But these are going up. Somebody ordered out of body, and thank you so much. I know I'm packaging your order very late. Sometimes I get to my store orders a week later just because of how busy I get, but thank you so much for ordering out of body, and I'm going to add some extras for you just to compensate for the lateness. So yeah, out of body and also a garden view. Thank you so much. I do have some cello bags still, and I use them mostly for my store orders just so it's safer, but for Patreon, because there's so much sometimes, I use tissue paper. Yeah, my confetti. Doggy stickers. Airmail sticker. I look a mess. So We just finished dinner. We had like, turning off the TV. We had like fajitas, but he used shawarma spice instead, and it was really good. So I'm having my dessert. I'm eating the last cinnamon bun. My parents got us this when they visited like recently, and my boyfriend ate most of it, so I'm eating the last one. But I'm giving him the rest of his pie. So this pie was quite successful. Who else likes cold pie? It's a big slice. Can have a bit of it. Very good. So while I'm down here, remember that plant that was growing another shoot? Well, the leaf finally unfurled itself, and look how, oh, the sun, you can't really tell, hold on. Just kind of block the sun for a sec. Yeah. So, this is the new leaf. Look how perfect it looks. And then this is the old leaf. Did its job, but it's still hanging on. And a week ago, I noticed this. I don't know if it's gonna be another big leaf, or because this thing looks weird. I was thinking maybe a flower or something, but look at that. In maybe a week or two, we'll see what it will be. But I'm really impressed how this plant has recovered, because I had to cut off quite a bit of it. My avocado plant also grew new shoots. It's been kind of the same thing for a while, and then all of a sudden these popped out. I don't know if it's the humidity, if that helps, but still hanging on. I pretty much did everything I wanted to do today. The only other thing to do is start editing the vlog, like putting it together so I don't scramble on Thursday night. And then once I get the votes in for the Patreon doodle, I'm gonna start working on the little comic and have that up hopefully before my bedtime, which is nowadays around 11 o'clock. So yeah, I'm just gonna take maybe an hour to just chill in the AC room, which is our bedroom. So I'm gonna do that and then probably work on the doodle. Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, 8:30, July the 9th, in this steaming hot room. Yesterday we had a thunderstorm, which I thought would kind of help with the humidity, but it's still going on, so it's extra hot. The other day when I was working, I guess that was on Tuesday, my boyfriend came into the room and he was just like, do you want to move rooms, because I feel bad for you stewing in this heat. And he knows that I work in here for quite a while on my studio days, like I'm here most of the day. So and he suggested moving into the bedroom, which is bigger, so I can accommodate all my stuff, because right now this room fits everything that I have perfectly, and I don't want to move anything, and that's why I don't want to install the AC, because the window's right here and the AC vent can't reach. But I really like the way this is laid out, because this is the space that I have. So he was like, if you move into the bedroom, which is the bigger room, you'll have more space and you can actually maneuver your stuff around the AC. So I was like, you know what, I think we might try that. So I'm not gonna be moving stuff around, and this might change. I might not totally move, because again, like I said, we were thinking of installing AC. So if I just sweat through this summer, the AC, if we do decide to get it, he said it's better, he read somewhere that it's always better to install it during the winter. If we install it this coming winter, then by next summer I didn't really have to move, really, because I do like the space and it's nice and contained. So but yeah, again, it might change. So, but we might try and move my stuff into the master bedroom. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work out and I just move back in here. I don't know, but yeah, he just felt really bad for me, I guess. So I'm here ready to work. I just wanted to show you guys the latest illustrations, which you've probably seen on Instagram already. So I'm doing this made up comic every day. We kind of make it up on Patreon, but this one, thrifting, a good find, and then trying it on. People have decided to, if the choices were to buy the shirt, steal the shirt, or try the shirt on. At first I thought steal it was gonna win, but try it on won. So we're gonna see what happens in the next installment. I don't know if this comic, or maybe zine, because there's not gonna be any thought like speech bubbles or anything, is gonna be finished by the end of the week, but maybe next week, I don't know. But I am going to be editing a video for that if I can work in this room for as long as I can. Editing a video for the media tier, kind of like a time lapse with a little bit of commentary, because I haven't done that in a while. So sometimes I miss doing those kinds of videos, so I will do it and put it on my media tier on Patreon. Eventually I might upload it on YouTube, but I feel more comfortable putting it, because it's not going to be like really polished, and I'm really kind of crazy about having polished looking videos set to public. I don't know what it is. Alright, so yeah, just that. Today, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I got most of the stuff done I wanted on my studio day on Tuesday, but I think today, and I ordered some new sticker paper, so I can't start working on the stickers for sure until that sticker paper comes, which is it's actually coming today. I ordered it on Tuesday. They tried to deliver it yesterday. Nobody was home, so they're trying again today, which is awesome. So once that comes in over the weekend, I think I can start working on it if the heat kind of breaks and I can work here for a while. And then I can start hopefully packaging it up and getting it all sent out by the late next week or early the week after that for Patreon. So yeah, I did want to design some notes today, unless I think of another thing. Sometimes I kind of want to work on a little zine. Like, I really liked how, I never posted this yet, but I kind of liked working on a zine like this that took me only 24 hours to turn around. I don't think I'm going to do this size again. It was an experiment, but printing it out in this size on multiple, in one sheet of paper multiple times was really difficult to align, so every page is not the way I like it. Like, it's not centered. It's quite difficult. So I might go with my favorite size, one of my favorite sizes, along with this. This is a favorite size that I like to do, but the other size is that mukbang zine. That, man, I really love that zine, and I kind of want to do one again, food related. I really like drawing food with marker like this. So this is another one of my favorite sizes to do, because it's so easy, and I already have the template. So I just need to come up with an idea, and I'm tempted to make one for the light parcel again. So I might just do that today instead of notes, because the memo notes are fun, but if I don't have a good idea, I'm not really into it. So I'm gonna take a bit to fill in my maybe actually, while I think about some ideas for a potential zine or memo note, I'm going to start editing the vlog together, because I know I have some real-time footage of me working on the stickers on Tuesday this week. So I'm going to start that and think of like some ideas. I'll have this in front of me so I can kind of look at it, these two. And again, I don't know if I'm going to do the size. I need to streamline the cutting and the sizing and all that stuff to make it worthwhile, because I'm so nitpicky sometimes. All the pages really are aligned properly. It's just the middle page is messed up for some reason. I don't know, I think it was cute. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, and I need to restock my zine. I just realized my zine to all the witches I loved before is out of stock on my store, and that was supposed to be in stock because I have a couple copies of that. And also, oh yeah, I updated my store. I did it on Tuesday night, or maybe yesterday night, I don't remember anymore. I updated my store, so I added more originals there. Oh yeah, I told you about that. So I did that. And I also updated my website. So on my website, if you visit it, joysan.ca, the first page you're going to see are the latest doodles that I've selected, those little square doodles. And I've also opened up a new page on there called Current Projects. And that's where I'm going to be posting a lot of my selected doodles. There's quite a bit in there already, Let me show you.
Yeah, so I've updated that. I don't know why there's a space here. It's really weird sometimes. I just have to edit it, I think. Yeah, and if you go home, it's just all the illustrations. Oh yeah, the homepage I did was the daily illustration project, and if you go to all illustrations, it'll just show everything I have, and it loads slow for some reason. So yeah, that's out of my list.
Let me take a sip of this hot coffee. One of the things that I have been stalling on doing, which is an important part of my admin cycle and my little small business that is currently kind of dying, is updating my budget sheet. I update this sheet every month. It's an Excel sheet of all the expenses and stuff that I go through for my art stuff and all the earnings that I get. But because of COVID, everything has just been kind of at a standstill. My earnings have really plummeted. A lot of people on Patreon are de-pledging just because of the Patreon changes, like the taxes. They've added the taxes on, and just because a lot of people are just tightening their belts a little bit because of COVID and all that horrible stuff that's going on, which is totally understandable. My earnings have really kind of taken a dip. The store is going really slow, and it's just been really kind of slow. So I've been putting off updating my budget sheet because of that. But yeah, that's another thing that I have to do that I have not done. So, and I think I did mention it really quickly in maybe last week's vlog, but because of COVID, I have been really, what's the word, disheartened trying to find illustration work, because I know it's been years that I've been trying to get like the work that I want in comics and stuff like that. So I've been really focused on just Patreon and running my store, trying to come up with stuff to sell. Like I still have my shirts that I have to screen print, and if I do move into that bigger room, then I can screen print them, but I've been holding off on that. I haven't been felting much just because a lot more things are happening, I guess. Usually when I needle felt, I'm relaxed and I just want to have fun, and I'm not relaxed. I'm trying to, but just because everything's been kind of weird and in limbo. I'm getting back to a schedule though now, which is really great because I've been working my regular days of the week. But in terms of creating new products and stuff, that's been a bit slow. Okay, I'm starting to just ramble on. I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna update my agenda, start editing the vlog, and then I will turn on the camera again once I decide whether or not to do memo notes or another zine. So chat with you guys in a bit. Now I can turn on my fans again.